Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. In today's video we're going to look at getting started with the Aeldari in Warhammer 40,000, focusing on the Windrider host detachment. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. Leading our detachment will be a Farseer Skyrunner. This is the perfect place to start. It's the only character we have on a jet bike, which is pretty cool. But it does have a nice 4+ invulnerable save, toughness 4, 5 wounds. It's got some cool ranged powers here with things like its Singing Spear, strength 9, 1 shot, 3 damage weapon, but also Eldritch Storm, a blast psychic power that does D6 shots at strength 6 minus 2 AP and damage D3, making it pretty lethal. The Branching Fate psychic ability it has means while this model is leading a unit, you can change the result of one hit roll, wound roll, or damage roll to a modified 6 once per phase. And Misfortune as well means you can actually subtract 1 from wound rolls for an enemy unit that you target with this power. Now this model can lead some of our Windrider jetbikes, which is really cool, and it can have Warlock Conclaves on Skyrunners as well attached to them. Speaking of Warlock Skyrunners, that's where we're going to look to next. Warlock Skyrunners are another psychic jetbike unit. They've got their destructive power, which is a psychic torrent weapon with d6 shots at strength 5 minus 1 AP and damage 1. Now what's cool about that is the psychic communion special rule. We actually get to add 1 to the attacks for each other psychic nearby up to a maximum of +2. They've also got runes at battle, means weapons equipped by models in this model's unit will have ignorance cover. Now I did mention that you can actually attach both the Farseer and the Warlock Skyrunners here to a unit of Windriders. This is really cool, and something that is consistent throughout Aeldari is that Warlocks and Farseers can join units together, giving them some extra punch. Now of course after that we are then going to look at bringing in the Windrider jetbikes. Standard jetbikes for the Aeldari, they've got a 4+ save, 6+ invulnerable there as well because they're moving around super fast, and a 14-inch move with toughness 4 and 2 wounds. They've also got OC2, which is a nice little addition there as well, giving a little bit of better objective control around the table, and they can be armed with either twin shuriken catapults underneath or go for a heavy weapon like a scatter laser with 6 shots and sustained hits 1, or a lethal hit shuriken cannon, which is nice at strength 6 minus 1 AP damage 2 weapon. Their Swift Demise rule means each time a model this unit makes a ranged attack, you can reroll the hit roll of 1. If that target is attacking the closest eligible target unit, you can reroll the entire hit roll instead. The other jetbike we have is the Shining Spears. Shining Spears are one of the many different aspect warriors we can get for the Aeldari, but they are the jetbike specific one. They've got a toughness 4, 2 wounds standard, and a 5+ invulnerable thanks to wearing aspect armor. They've also got an extra wound on their Exarch as well, something that again is pretty common throughout the Aeldari army. Now they are armed with laser lancers as standard. These are both a ranged and combat weapon. Laser lancers are a 6-inch range assault weapon at range with -2 AP and damage 3 at strength 6. Meanwhile they've got a fairly similar profile in combat, though they gain anti-monster, anti-vehicle 3+, and lance as well for +1 wound on the charge. Now you can choose to have underslung on your weapons as well, meaning you can choose to have your Exarch as well get a better weapon underneath. So most models will have twin shuriken catapults, where Exarch can actually go have a shuriken cannon instead, and you've also got different combat weapon options for your Exarch as well. Now you've got the extreme mobility rule, where each time a model in this unit makes a move, advance, fallback, or charge move, they ignore any vertical distance when determining the total distance models in this unit can be moved during that phase. And the Shimmer Shield rule there as well gives them a 4+ invulnerable save potentially on the unit's Exarch. Next we have the Shroud Runners. These are actually rangers on jetbikes. So they are armed with long rifles, which are a precision weapon at range with damage 2. They've got scatter lasers underneath, so all of them are equipped with a decent heavy weapon underneath. These are strength 6, sustained hits 1, which is really nice. They can put out quite a decent amount of fire. They've got Scouts 9" for a big pre-game move, especially when you consider their base move is 14 inches. Stealth there for -1 to hit against all shooting, and target acquisition means in your shooting phase after this unit's shot, you can select one enemy unit hit by one or more of the attacks made with their long rifles, and that unit can't gain the benefit of cover. This is pretty cool, meaning you generally want to take these models in smaller units, so you get lots of this ability around the table. Lastly, we have the Viper. Now, the Viper is a light vehicle for the Aeldari. It's sort of like a heavy jet bike almost, you could say. Toughness 6, 3+ save, 6 wounds, but they are armed with a cool heavy weapon. This can be things like missile launchers or bright lamps to give you some true anti-armor in the army. Now, their harassment fire rule is also pretty cool. If they ever hit a unit, they can potentially make that unit -1 to hit. This can be another cool debuff you can spread throughout, and much like the Shroud Runners, making you want to take Vipers in single units with a decent amount of shots on them. And this can be nice as well because they do have a underslung twin shuriken catapult to get those extra couple of shots, just to ensure you can get a hit on your enemy to get that debuff going. And so our Aeldari force today is of course using that Windrider host detachment. We get the Ride the Wind ability here. We're in the declare battle formation step. You can set up as you're only mounted and Viper units on reserves, and they can come onto the table, and they actually can come on from turn 1, which is pretty cool. In addition, at the end of your opponent's turn, you can select any number of mounted units or Viper units, excluding those within engagement range, and then remove them from the battlefield and place them back in strategic reserves. There is a number of units you can do this in based on the game size per army though, and so this would be 1 at an incursion size. You also gain the keyword of battle line on any of your Windrider jetbike units. For our characters, we've then gone for the Farseer Sky Runner, which will be our Warlord. We're wielding a Witchblade and have the enhancement Seer Sight Strike on them. For battle line, we then have our Windrider jetbike unit with 6 models in the unit, all equipped with shuriken cannons. Mounted unit wise, we then have 2 units of Shining Spears. One of them is with 6 models, one is with 3, however both all have the X-Arc with Starlance, Shuriken Cannon and Shimmer Shield. We then have 2 units of 3 Shroud Runners as well. And lastly, we have 2 Vipers in our force, and these are both going to be equipped with Bright Lancers. We hope that you found this video helpful in getting you started with Warhammer 40,000, and that it was able to give you some ideas and inspiration to start your own force in the game. If you have any further questions, please comment down below, and while you're there, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and join our Discord server to check out all of our future Warhammer 40,000 content.